Well, this is our bunkhouse, and this is where we reload our ammunition, and of course we store a lot of our farm equipment out here. I built that bunkhouse in 2005, and it came from that pine tree right there. We cut that pine down and hauled it down the road, and a friend of mine made boards, and that's what we built the bunkhouse out of. And if you want to come on inside, I'll show you what we're doing today. This is kind of a little getaway for me. I like to come out here and reload for old guns. Like this is a press I use for this die right here is for an old Mannlicher Schonauer, a 1903. And I reload my pistols, my pistol ammo right here. And this is what they call a Mech 600 Junior. This is what I reload for this Wesley Richards. What we're going to do today, we're going to reload a shotgun shell, a paper shell, and we're going to use black powder. We're going to use old Einsford. It's a 1.5, number 1.5, and we're going to use that. We're going to use some number 6 shot. And what we do, we put our powder in, and we use a little what we call a 135 wad, and then we're going to follow it with a lubed 3/8 wad. And it's important, you see that little black area on the top, that's going to go on top. And then we're going to put a little top piece on it, and then we're going to compress it down to where we can set our pellets in. And this is what it's going to look like inside when we're done. What I did, I took a knife and I cut this out just to show you what this process looks like. Now you may say, well, why are you using black powder? Well, this is a Wesley Richards double barrel shotgun with Damascus steel barrels. And this gun was made in 1880. I bought this gun from a very close friend of mine, Ross Seifert. He's one of the greatest outdoor writers in American history. He's still writing and writes for Double Gun Journal. He's a very good friend of mine, and I bought this shotgun from him, and it's just in excellent shape. Just show you that it's unloaded. Made in Birmingham, England in 1880. It's a Wesley Richards C grade, and it's a top bite. See, it's got a little area right here that locks in, and just a great shooting old shotgun. But what I do, I shoot black powder with it. Now you don't have to. You can shoot nitro with it and reload your own shells, but I use paper shells. And a lot of people demonize these Damascus barrels, but they're very strong barrels. People that have blown a Damascus barrel up, something's usually happened. Either they've reloaded something wrong, or they've dropped like a 12 gauge, they've dropped a 20 gauge shell down in there and it's jammed about right here, and didn't realize they did it and put another 12 gauge behind it and they blow the gun up. But you can do that with a modern gun. Damascus steel is safe if the gun's safe. You need to have it checked out. Make sure the steel's in good shape, there's no pitting in it. But that gun I shoot a lot, and we're going to try to shoot a turkey this afternoon with it, a gobbler. So what we do, we take a shell, a paper shell, and these shells are already primed. They're ready to go. Now, other ones, like I buy Federals, or actually I get them from Ross, or once fired, and you put it over here, and this deprimes it. Takes the primer out, the old primer. Then you move the shell over here, put a primer in there, and that puts a new primer in it. So we've already got a primer in this, so we take this over here, and we're going to drop this down a little bit. We're going to drop our powder in, just like that. Then we take this 135, we put it on top, and we don't go very far down in there, just a little bit. And then we take this lubed with Wonder Lube. We take this wad, this bigger wad, the black areas on top. We put it right here, and again, we don't go too deep down in there, just a little bit. And then we take this top piece right there and we put it over that last big wad. And again, we just go down till it seats it. But here we're going to do something different now. We're going to take this whole thing so we can get it measured right where we can drop our shot. And we're going to put it to 70 right here. It's pre-marked for us for these shells. And we're going to take that line right there and we're going to come to that level here and watch what happens. Come down and it presses it all the way down to about right there. Okay, now we close it down just a little bit, and what we're going to do, we're going to drop our shot. Our number 6 shot just went in there. And see what that looks like? Now we're going to put a, let's see, I've got some over here. We're going to put another little top piece on it that tells you what number of shot you've got. And then we're going to go roll crimp it. See, that says number 6. We'll put that in here, and we're going to go roll crimp it. So let's go roll crimp this shell. Before we go, I'll just show you a little bit around. This is where I spend a lot of time reloading, and I keep my fishing equipment in here. And that's an old table that a friend of mine gave me. It's identical to the table I grew up with as a kid. But sometimes I'll come out here and I'll prepare sermons out here or do Bible study. And but I spend a lot of time in here reloading. And these are pictures. My wife put this little thing together. These are pictures of me and my good friend Steve Vogt, Dr. Vogt, up there in Alaska. We made about 6 or 7 unguided trips in Alaska, and we've got a bunch of pictures. See those bears right there? That's not a postcard. That was on the that was on the, I believe, the Chillicothe River, and we were fly fishing, and those bears came by. Mama with her little cub, and that's my dad in New Guinea right there. He's still alive. He's 99 years old. He's in the veterans home, and that's my dad on the left there. These are my children over here. They're grown now, but that's Elizabeth and Steve and Matt there when they were little bitty children. And over here are some of the stuff that we've reloaded. Some of it we have not reloaded. It's store-bought, but we have a lot of different things we have to reload for, like 44 Special and 6.5 by 54 man liquor show an hour. I reload for that. So I spend a lot of time in the bunkhouse. This is a press that Ross Seifert gave me this, and he made that little adaptation right there where you can put a shell in and roll crimp it. But let me show you how this works. You can't use a crimp like you would on a plastic shell because this has got to be roll crimped. Let me show you exactly how it works. You put it right here, and we're not going to put a lot of pressure on it. Just come down slowly, and you kind of let the shell spin just a little bit. If you don't, it'll burn some of the, or not burn it, but wear off some of the paper on the outside. So you let it spin just a little bit in your hand. Okay, this is a roll crimp. This is what it looks like. And with this shell, we're going to go try to kill a gobbler this afternoon with this shell.